What's up everyone? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the game where I finally brought my ELO over 1300. This was a 74 move game. This was a 74 move, 20-minute game, and it was extremely intense. It also featured a massive comeback, so you won't want to miss it. Make sure to subscribe and comment down below what I should call you guys, and let's get into the video. So, before this game, I was actually on quite of a run. I won 11 of my last 12, so I was feeling pretty good. So I opened up the London. So he was trying to get me to gambit here. He's gambiting away a pawn. What he was hoping I would do was take it, and then later he can move this pawn up or something and take it, and he'll also take control of the center. So I just pushed the pawn. I like this move because I keep control of the center, and he can't move his knight out, and I find that it's very annoying whenever people do this against me. So he pushed his pawn as well. Here I pushed my pawn at e4, setting up the bishop to take the pawn at c4. And if he tried to protect it with a move like b5, then I would be able to develop the knight and attack the pawn at the same time. So he just let me take that pawn. So now, early in the game, I'm up a pawn. So my confidence is going up a little bit. I play a castle here. It's really important here that he pushed these pawns here at the G and H file, which I was expecting a pawn storm and a full out attack on where my king had castled, and then he would castle somewhere queenside. But there were holes, like the C file. There's no pawn here, and he's pushing pawns on the king's side. So I was wondering where he would actually castle. Move the queen to d4, hoping to take the castle or the bishop if he moved to here. But of course he's going to block that with the knight. We do a quick pawn trade here. And this allows me to develop my knight further, since earlier my opponent's d-pawn was getting a little annoying. So this also attacks the bishop if I want to use that sometime. Here he castled king's side actually with these pawns here. It may have been a bad idea, but I guess it works. So here I pushed the pawn on the D in the D file. What I wanted was him to take here, and then I could take the pawn f7, and then the king would be very defenseless. But also attack the queen, and even if he did take back with the rook, then I would be able to attack with the bishop. So he actually blocked it pretty well with e6. Now my bishop does not have the diagonal on it. I pushed pawn at b3. This allowed me to develop my bishop and begin attacking. He decided to attack my knight, and I decided to take first. So at this point, I feel very evenly matched. I am up a pawn, so I have a slight advantage in this game. So I decided to press an attack with the bishop. This has a diagonal on the rook, and if I could push a pawn to d7, hopefully he wouldn't see that, and I would get a rook. He blocked this move with the bishop, and this is where the game kind of turned around for me. I blunder my queen here, and at this point I kind of feel like giving up and trying to kind of win a different game. But I don't give up, and here we trade pieces. Normally you don't want to trade when you're down this much material, but I really didn't have much to play for. Here, gives me kind of scare, and if he could somehow finish this, it would have not been good for me. Here I kind of fork his pieces, and surprisingly he actually gives me the queen back. This move was huge, and now I'm actually back in this game. So here, what I would have done if I was him was this fork right here. This forks the king and the rook, and then he would have been able to get a rook out of this, and and then if you say he takes back here, or take back here, you could take here, but and then he would be able to take with the rook, getting it out of danger. But I think he was thinking more of how he was being attacked by the bishop now, and that caused him to make this move quickly. It's very important, though, that I take with the bishop, because if I take with the rook, he's going to be able to fork me. So I had to make that good move there. So now we're kind of entering the end game. Round move 24. This is not an ideal position for me. I am down 2 pawns going in to the end game, and it's not the best. Here, we trade. Wait. Oh, here this could have been really bad. He almost ended up taking the bishop. I actually didn't see this in the actual game. Yeah, right here. Yeah, right here I should have made a move like f3 or something, just to get the bishop out. And he almost got me. Alright, now I have limited his lead to 1 pawn. A few maneuvers by his knight now puts his lead back to 2 pawns. And even though I am back in the game, it's still not an ideal position. Here we trade pieces, and now he has a pawn majority. He has 4 pawns, and I have 2. He also has a passed pawn on the e-file. He just has to push this pawn to put pressure on me, and then push the rest of the pawns, along with moving his king and stuff. And then this is not good for me. I was watching the clock, though, because I thought maybe I could win on time. He has 3 minutes 21 seconds, and I knew there was no way I was gonna. There's no way I was gonna pull it off. So here he kind of lines up his pawns here. My rook was stopping his king from being able to move, but he could have just used this pawn here as a shield, and just moved. So we make a few trades here. He smartly, instead of taking back, he moves his king in, and now I have no pawns. So he has 2 passed pawns here, and his king has gotten past the rook, and now it's over for me. I think the game is over. Everything I've worked for is gone, and then I pull off this move here. I'm now down to 52 seconds. I'm losing on time, losing on the board. Actually, here, I think he made a blunder. If he had just pushed the pawn, I would have this is what he thought was going to happen after he pushed the pawn, and then he'd just get a queen. I would have had to move the rook here, but he moves the king to protect. Now he has another passed pawn on the a file. He's got 2 passed pawns. I'm down to just 39 seconds left, and the situation's a little too complicated for me to pre-move. Now I'm in trouble, and he actually made a mistake here, allowing me to take the pawn and check him. Here, he allows me to take the passed pawn, and I'm thinking if I can just get him to line up the king and his rook while my king is attacking the rook, then I could pin it and actually take back. Here, I force this move. Now with 13 seconds left, I clutch up, and then the pre-moves, I was just pre-moving like crazy, and I won the game. So this is a very exciting game. It went down to the wire. It took 20 minutes and 74 moves. and I somehow came out on top, and now I am 1300. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.